Hello, and welcome to the 12 Days of Bells. Welcome back, more like it. This is your mobility routine. So today is going to be about recovery. It's going to be about feeling into your body, because when we train hard, we must recover harder, which means some days it is necessary to not have an actual workout session or training session, but just to move our body in a gentle way that gets the blood flowing. Now, that isn't to say, this is kind of controversial, what I'm about to say. It isn't to say, that we can always just be like, well, I don't feel like it, and I have to listen to my body and be kind. That is definitely true. But at the same time, I feel like in this day and age, it's used a lot as an excuse when the biggest thing that we need to do is just be consistent in our movement. That doesn't mean that every session needs to be super intense, but let's find this consistency. And days like today, these mobility days, are what helps you keep consistency, keep on training, but also take the intensity down a lot so that you're able to go back into your next lifting session or strength training session and feel your best, feel at 100%. So this is going to be really mellow and chill. I'm in my sweatshirt. I got some super hot tea. This mug's from 2015, and we have 30 minutes to play. So let's get into it. All right. We're going to start with some cat-cow, and I'm just going to start a little 30-minute timer. I've got a lot for us to get through, so we'll see how much we do. Go ahead and start shoulders underneath of your wrists, and you're just going to pull up like there's a little string pulling you up from the center. And then as you let go, push your chest forward and allow your gaze to go towards the ceiling as your tummy sinks towards the ground. Again, this time you exhale as you push up. And inhale as you let everything go. Two more. As you're moving through these, I know that mobility can be a bit slower. So focus on your breath. Let your breath guide you and be that centerpiece that you come back to throughout all of these movements. Forget about the grocery store items you need to get, the to-do list, anything else that is surrounding your day, and simply focus on the exact movement at hand. And that's how you're going to get the most out of these. When you ask, what's my body feeling? How's it feeling? And how am I breathing? All right, now you're going to go ahead and take the palm of your hand behind the nape of your neck, right? You might need to widen your knees a little bit. You're going to bring your elbow towards your opposite forearm and rotate upwards. You might feel a little crack in your spine. You might. So the goal is not to get totally parallel with this elbow because we have an end range of motion in our mobility, but it's just to kind of lift, gaze up towards the sky and bring it back down. Give me one more on that side and then we'll switch to the other side. 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale it down. Exhale, extend up. Inhale down, exhale, thoracic rotation, working on the thoracic mobility. 2 more, just like that. And last one. So you're going to stay on the floor here, but what we're going to do now is go ahead and get your wrist and just make a fist. And with that fist, draw a circle in one direction, and then a circle in the opposite direction. Good. Bring the elbows together, palms or fingertips hug each other, and just move them around in a circle like this. We're going to give our wrists some love because we use them in push-ups and we use them a lot in kettlebells, wrist strength. So it's almost like we don't really know truly what our wrists do for us. We're going to do some wrist circles. So go ahead and make a wrist circle around your wrists in one direction for 3 circles and then 3 in the opposite. They really do so much to support us. Wrist mobility, wrist flexibility, wrist strength, all those things come into play. So if you've never had to worry about it, you are truly, truly blessed. But as you start lifting more, switching directions, or you even just try to kind of push your volume, like let's say you're going for a little bit of a push-up record. It'll start to feel it a little bit. So we want to just make sure they stay healthy. Good. Now you're gonna go ahead and flip your fingertips to face you, right? And the amount that you lower your booty is the amount of the stretch that you'll feel. So you kind of want to keep it high and then just kind of shift it slightly back and pulse into this. Whew, it is intense. It's really intense. Look how high my booty is. We're not getting anywhere close to the floor. Wouldn't expect you to. Good. For 3, 2, 1. Pick those fingertips up and face them away from you. And go ahead and rock from side to side. Thinking about getting into the end range of motion on these wrists. Good. From where you're at, just turn your fingertips in to face you now. So it's still the side to side direction. And now you're just gently rocking back and forth there. Nice. And sit down on your booty, thumbs up. And you're just gonna wiggle those wrists up and down. That's the last sort of direction that our wrists will move in, those up and down motions. So we always just wanna make sure we can go side to side like that too. All right, now we're gonna move on to a core movement. So your feet are gonna be against a wall if you have one, right? Like right up against the wall. But if not, you're just gonna find your plank position. So it's either feet up against the wall in a plank or find your plank position. And we're gonna go ahead and lift the knee to the same side elbow. Good. So take it nice and slow. You're getting up and into those obliques. The only other cue or note I have for you here is don't let that booty float in the air. Make sure if somebody looked at you, they would see a nice straight line. Yes. Building a little heat, a little tension here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Woohoo! Standing on up for me. We're gonna do some side lunges. So a few of the things that we're gonna do now are gonna go into your hip or your lower body mobility. So for these side lunges, go ahead and plant your feet out nice and wide, shift your hips back, and then squeeze your glutes forward. So shift your hip back and squeeze your glutes forward. So there's no weight here. There's no speed that you need to be going. Think more about grounding into the earth and seeing if you can find those hips. Last one on each side. Beautiful. Now all you're gonna do is reach up, reach down towards your toes, and then drop into a low squat. And then you'll do it again. So it looks like this. Reach up, reach down towards your toes, and then go into a nice deep prying squat. And you can pulse there for a few seconds. So one of the things I want to take note of here is that everybody's squat stance is going to look a little bit different. So depending on who you are and your mobility, you might be higher than this, right? You also might be able to do that position with your toes pointing forward. You'll notice that every time I go into it, I turn my toes out. That is my most comfortable squat position, how I avoid lower back pain, and it's what works for me. But every squat position is going to be different. So you might have a range from straight toes to slightly out to a little bit wider set, how mine are. Your body will kind of naturally tell you where it's at. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it to the flow. Woo! You're going to go ahead and find yourself with your heels up and like you're kind of leaning back a little bit as if you were at the beach, right? So what we're going to do is shift your hips. You're trying to lead from your hips and get both knees a little bit closer to the ground in 90 degrees, right? If you need to lean back even more, go for it. And then lead to try to get 90 degrees with both knees. And switch. So you're going to move through this at your own pace. And it's really controlling the lower body without letting anything else move. You feeling that in the hips? Mine are so tight. Yes. Whew. Now, if you do want more of a challenge, you could come up straight and control your trunk and your torso as you try to rotate over. But there's really no need to. Remember, we're taking a chill pill today. We're just recovering. Yes. And last one. Nice. So now you will use a couch or a bench. Any sort of table works. I'm gonna move our little Christmas thing here and grab this bench. And what's gonna happen, if you need something for your knee, you're welcome to get that as well. So I'm just gonna grab, bet you didn't know that was there, did ya? My blue foam mat. You're going to prop one knee in as close as possible to your bench or couch, and then you're gonna stand up with the opposite leg, right? So this can either be at 90 or even a little further out, this front foot, but this one is really digging into the ground, right? So don't think about leaning your booty back. Instead, bring it straight up so that you feel that nice stretch through here, and then enjoy it. Think standing tall from the crown of your head. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Get comfy here because we're going to be here for a while. Oh, that reminds me. It's a great time to drink the tea. Hey. So cozy, so cute. The Starbucks mug is from 2015, which, if I'm not mistaken, is also the year that I graduated from college. Must have been, right? Is that how that works? Guys, I'm getting old. Oh, but there was a Starbucks that was on our main part called The Corner that I always used to go to. And my friend Carl worked as the barista there, and he was amazing. I gave him a Chipotle gift card for Christmas, and he gave me so many free Starbies. I definitely blame him for my caffeine addiction. We still keep in touch. And he follows my fitness journey, and he's kind of on his own fitness journey as well. So it's pretty cool. All right, go ahead. Right here, you're switching out sides if you haven't noticed. Hope you didn't fall asleep in that other one. And same thing. Thinking about it's going to be a little uncomfortable. There's going to be some discomfort, but where kind of in this can we find a place that we can sit quietly with ourselves? I have a secret for you guys. There's nothing in the Christmas bags. Yet. There will be. But for now, they're just super freaking cute. Got them at Target. Went a little crazy, got this sign at Target too. In that like $3 to $5 section right when you walk in. That's how Target gets you. They know how to hit the target. Oh, bada bing, bada boom. All right, we're coming up on our last few seconds here. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, beautiful. So the next stretch that we're gonna do, we're gonna try this, is a pigeon. So you can do this pigeon stretch on the ground, or you can try to go ahead and bring your knee up and stretch your back leg out. So it's like a pigeon on the bench right here. Oh, it's pretty intense. It's pretty intense. So you might be wondering, I'm going to leave you here. If you have a bench or a chair and you're good on this, stay there. But if not, and you're doing this on the floor, then all you're doing is finding your pigeon position on the floor. And you can even elevate your knee with a pillow or something if it's too intense, right? Because this is a lot of strain. It can be a lot of strain, even though it's focused on the hip, for those knees. It's just going to depend on each person. What you thinking about? I just love that. I love to know what people are thinking about when they do mobility. Switch sides, make my way back up here. I'm like, are they in the zone? Are they feeling it? Ooh, drop in the community forum, like I ask you to every time. Either what you were thinking about during this workout, or what your coffee order is. I feel like that's very intimate. Do you drink caffeine? If you do, what do you like? If we had like an all-girls retreat for Bedoya Bells or the 12 Days of Bells, what do you need in the morning to get yourself set and ready? You're gonna inhale, and when you exhale, you can always pull yourself deeper into a stretch. Make it a little bit more active than passive by doing that, right? By active, I just mean you're moving throughout the movement rather than statically holding it, which would be passive. Yes, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. So you're going to keep that chair or bench with you. And what we're going to do is seated good mornings. So if you don't know what a good morning is, it's usually when you have a weight on your back and you hinge backwards with it. All right, so it's more like a hinge squatty thing going on, hybrid there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get 2 weights. Instead of on the back, what you're going to do is bring your feet out nice and wide, bring yourself to the edge of your chair or your bench, right? And put these long weights here. And then all you're going to do is hinge back, flat back, and bring it up. Inhale and exhale as you come up. So you're trying to maintain that flat back, neck is tucked, chin is tucked. So this is really good. It's going to target your hamstrings, but it's also going to let the glutes an opportunity to rest and relax. So if you have a tight booty and you find that you might have some squat pain, you're going to experience it here. Some of those things are going to come out, and it's going to help those glutes relax. For 3, 2, and 1. That wasn't so bad, right? Kudos to you for trying new things. So if we're looking at our next one, it's going to be a hip shift. So you can grab a kettlebell or you can grab a dumbbell if you're more comfortable with it. And what you're going to do, instead of a side lunge, it's simply a more narrow stance, and you're shifting from hip into your hip, right? So you're really allowing your full weight to take control on one side of this body as you shift over. And the opposite hand has the weight to the knee that's bent. So try it out. There's no right or wrong. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. 10 out of 10 if I had to bet. You look great. So I'll turn to the side so you can see as well. Take that time to explore your body. And 1. Beautiful. So stay where you're at, and we're going to do some single leg deadlifts as well. So for the single leg deadlift, your hand that has the bell is the one that's going to sweep back. And all you're thinking about is keeping your hips squared towards the ground, right? So there's going to be this tendency to let this hip open up. So I only want you going as far, even if it's just slightly off the floor, as you can, to keep those hips towards the ground. You want to think that your foot and your head are one line, right? So even though you're sending those hips back, they're going to sweep together. Yes. The last and final thing that's happening here is you're keeping the bell close to your body. If the bell starts to swing out here, it's more likely that the back will start to round. Oh yes, hello. All the little muscles in the foot are lighting up right now. 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish out that last one and switch sides. Let's get it. Give that same energy to this side. I saw what you did on that other side. One side's always going to be a little bit shakier than the other. I don't want you to feel bad about that ever. Imbalances in humans are totally normal. It's not like we spend 99% of our hours training or moving our bodies, right? We're doing the best that we can. That's more than enough. So if you ever go to a gym and a trainer makes you feel bad about a training assessment, tell them I told you to tell them to stop making you feel bad and to shut up. Good. Give me one more here. Yes. Drive, 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 drive. Oh, beautiful. Really nice work, guys. All right. So the next one is going to be on the bench again. I'd like you to get a heavier weight. We're going to do a seated calf raise, okay? So we're going to try to isolate those calf muscles since it's really hard to do that in training. The calf muscles don't want to grow, right? So you have your soleus in your calf as well. And all we're going to do is lift the heel and lower it down. So find a good position where you feel like that weight is shifting in towards the calf muscle, and you feel that little pulse, that little muscle activation. Might take you a little bit to get it. That's okay. Let's go for 10 here. 9, 8, 7. It's like you're slowly, like, you know, when you have a baby and you're like, dun, 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 dun. It's like that, but slow and controlled. 6, 5. You're probably all way ahead of me here. Just rock with it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's do the other side as well. Straight into it. Nice. Up and down. Control it. Ooh, see how hard it is to isolate that muscle? Get it, get it. Five more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, put it down. Okay, we did a lot on the legs. So are you ready to go into some arm and core stuff? Let me check our time. We're still good here. We have about 7 minutes left. So I want you to go ahead and set up your chair or your bench for a tricep dip, hold, and then get a lighter bell for some half kneeling halos, okay? Get a matching bell because we have double racked marches after that. So take a little break, get some water, shake it off, and we'll get started in a minute. All right, so now we're just gonna hold our tricep, hold, in a little end range of motion. So what I wanna see is you slide off that chair or bench, you find your tricep hold, and your lower body is just in whatever position is gonna help you support this, and we're holding it. Yes. You got this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Beautiful. Straight into our half kneeling halos from here. So you're going to grab one of these bells and put one foot up. Slide your heel and your front glute, your back glute together so that they're pulling on each other. And then grab a kettlebell, holding the handles by the ball. You're going to bring it around your head in one direction and then bring it back in the opposite. Ladies, I know it's gonna mess all of our hair up. Good thing we don't do fitness to look good during the workout, right? We're just here to get our mobility in. Awesome. Now all you're gonna do is switch sides for me. Switch the leg that's in front and give me the rest of those halos. I wanna see them. Nice. Yes, right into it. You're going for 4 in total. So around and around, 4 total. Oh, dang, open those shoulders up. And you're at the beach and you're like, hey, I look good now. I knew that I would. Referencing the beach when it's literally December, you can see where my mind's at. It is cold here in Denver. All right, you should be wrapping up about that last rep right here. And we're gonna go into our double racked marches, okay? So you can always do a goblet march if you don't want to clean up 2 kettlebells, or you can use double dumbbells as well. So let's go ahead, double rack, get it up. Get those elbows tucked in, palms facing each other, lift, hold, making sure that you're not leaning back. Think tall, tall, tall. You will know if you start to arc that back due to the weight. This is just one of those ones that shows you how strong you are, shows you what a warrior you are. It's so much harder than it looks, and it builds amazing full body strength. 4 more. 4, 3, count it with me. What? 2, last one. 1. Woo! Bring it on down. Hell yeah. I know these last few seconds are not the easiest, these last few minutes. You're gonna grab one of your weights. We're gonna go for oblique bends. So stand either feet together or just slightly apart. And you're gonna lean into it and bring it back up, okay? I like to make a fist with this hand. Same thing goes for this move. You wanna pretend like you're in a cardboard box, so you can't possibly be leaning forward or back. You can only lean to the side. Getting those oblique muscles to work. Also, benefit of working our grip strength. And switch it out. Yes, same thing this side. Whoo! These last few moves, they'll warm you up. They'll get you a little toasty if you haven't been till now. Two more. Last one. So good. All right, this will be our final intense core movement, and you have 2 options for it. The first is going to be a side plank on your elbow, and the second is going to be a Copenhagen side plank, where your top foot is on the bench, and your bottom foot will lift up to 90 degrees static hold. 20 seconds. I'm gonna get my timer at, choose your option. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Yes. Breathe. Think of your strength. Think of your whole body working for you in this moment. If it's shaken, that is beautiful. Let it shake. I'm shaking like crazy. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. 3, 2, 1. Switch over to the other side. Let me see the same thing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I was like, don't let me spill my tea. Oh man. Let the heat build. Let the heat build. We are not running away from that in 2022. Hell to the no. We are here to stay. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, friends, we're coming down to the last minute or so. So we're just gonna end this with a nice downward facing dog pedal. Hit your down dog and pedal it out. Bring it all back to the breath here. Keep pedaling it out. Slow with one heel, slow with the other. Think about how peacefully you're going to spend these last few days walking into 2022, knowing that you are special, you are meant for your own individual higher purpose, and your life has so much meaning. So thank you so much for moving it today with me. I feel honored and proud to be your coach. All right, go ahead and bring yourself back down to the ground and come to a kneeling position. We are going to close out this class with 3 deep breaths, 1 hand on the heart, 1 on the belly. I want you to inhale for 4 or 5 seconds and exhale for 4 to 5 seconds. Let's do it together. Take this time to set an intention for your day. Two more breaths. If you need an intention, you can steal mine, which is to just be, to radiate light, and to ask myself, what do I need today to have my most enjoyable, fulfilled, content day? And let everything else drop away. Thank you so much. Happy 12 days of bells. I hope you have an amazing freaking day. Set your intention and move with it throughout the day. And you can always ask yourself, what do I need today? That's all, friends. I will see you tomorrow.